Today I have one, and only one goal to test Bone Blossom to its limits. I want to know, how big can the Bone Blossom grow, and how much money can it make when playing on public servers, without the help of admins or using Robux? Does it deserve the title of being the best fruit in the game? Let's find out. I am going to start with an empty garden. Also, I am playing on public server initially until I have a gigantic Bone Blossom fruit. After that, I don't want to risk it, so we'll shift to private server. This way you guys know this is not test servers. Alright, the first thing I am going to do is I am going to use a Echo Frog to speed up the growth. Plant my Bone Blossom seed. I am also going to put in 7 Mooncats exactly when 1 minute and 20 seconds are remaining on Frog's cooldown. This grows the Bone Blossom tree with fruits at the same time all the cats are asleep. So I am also getting the Mooncats fruit size boost. And look at this. Already someone is asking me to donate Mooncats. Public servers can get annoying sometimes. I keep my trowel and master sprinkler ready. I move the Bone Blossom tree to where most of the cats are sleeping, and I only use the master sprinkler if it's 3 or more cats sleeping at the same spot, and there is a possibility to grow something giant. I messed up the timing of the godly sprinkler. I was just too excited to grow this tree for the first time. But anyways, the tree is finally grown. I use the magnification glass to see the value. The biggest Bone Blossom fruit is around 7 million base value. Now, this is extremely good base value if it was just any other plant, and I can easily get this to around 100 billion after mutations. But this is Bone Blossom we are talking about, and I am going to try to grow the biggest fruit I can on this thing. I now remove all the cats and the frog. I replaced the frog with the Triceratops because this one has 1 minute shorter cooldown, but still, for growing the tree, the frog is better as it grows tree by 24 hours, while Triceratops only grows it by half hour. Rest of the strategy remains the same. Place Mooncats at 1 minute 20 seconds, and use the harvest tool just before the Triceratops' cooldown gets over, so the tree is empty. Then use the trowel to move the tree where most of the cats are sleeping. This time I saw 3 cats sleeping at this spot, and I also use a master sprinkler. By the way, I have 15 master sprinklers in total. Boom. This time the biggest fruit I got was around 20 million base value. Extremely good, but not good enough for this challenge. So this process is not as simple as it sounds. Sometimes 4 cats sleeping at the same spot and I only got 25 million. But sometimes, only 3 cats sleeping on a spot gave me 36 million. It's more of a keep doing it until you get something you like. So, I repeated this process for a few hours. I burnt around 3 master sprinklers, and this time it was 3 cats sleeping at the same spot, and I used a master sprinkler. Boom, I got my biggest one yet. The hard work paid off. It was 58 million base price. By the way, been doing this for so long that I had a few spectators, and also made a new friend. I got excited and quickly told my new friend that I finally succeeded. The other fruits in this batch were also good, around 20 to 30 million. I favorited the 58 million one and repeated the process for the other 3 fruit slots. Getting around 20 to 30 million is quite frequent. But I wanted to see if I can get something better than 58 million. After using 13 master sprinklers in total and 5 hours of grind, it was looking really bad. I had almost lost the motivation and now I wanted to get anything decent. Now I had 3 cats sleeping on the same spot. I used my second last master sprinkler and got a 34 million fruit. I kept it. Then I kept going on for more fruits above 30 million. About half an hour later, I again had 3 cats sleeping on the same spot. I decided to use a godly sprinkler this time. I did not really have any hope from this, but then something unexpected happened. This fruit looked huge. I checked its value and this base price was 100 million. Now that is why Bone Blossom is the best fruit in Grow a Garden. So far, the most valuable fruit that I have ever had was 10 million base price. This thing is 10 times of that. I can only imagine what will the value of this be after it gets some mutations. I favorited this 100 million behemoth. I am really excited to see how the price of this fruit will skyrocket. I only needed 1 more decent-sized fruit, and I was willing to sacrifice my last master sprinkler for that. After a lot of failed attempts, I had 3 cats sleeping on the same spot and I used my last master sprinkler. Lucky for me, it was 34 million. So I finally had 234 million, 158 million, and the biggest 100 million Bone Blossom fruit. From this point onwards, we will only look at the 100 million Bone Blossom, because that is what we all are most excited for. We will look at the remaining ones at the end. Next, I picked up all the Mooncats. Look, it's a thunderstorm. I would have preferred if this was after I get rainbow growth mutation, but right now any mutation helps me get rainbow faster. By the way, shocked bone blossom looks sick. I started putting in some mutation pets. Bear bee for honey glazed, polar bear for chilled, scarlet macaw for verdant, hyacinth macaw for cloud touched, honey bee for pollinated, sea turtle for wet, the new flying dinosaur for windstruck and twisted, and finally, the cooked owl for burnt. They were 8, so I had to remove one of them because I didn't put the butterfly yet. So I removed sea turtle because wet and chilled combine into frost and still remain a single mutation. So any one of them would do the job, and replace it with the butterfly. Now I just wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. All fruits are now rainbow. The value of the biggest one was now at 5 billion. This means as soon as I get shocked mutation, this will be 500 billion. Can you imagine the power of this fruit? Next, I'm going to place a tanning mirror for sunburn, lightning rod for shocked, and a star collar for celestial. I am not going to place the night staff yet, but only when it's blood moon or it will be wasted. I already have some pet mutations on my bone blossom, and also moonlit, and we are already at 50 billion. These are just 2x to 5x mutations. Can't believe that we hit 50 billion just with pets. Also, I am going to spray the largest one with chocolate spray, so that it looks different from the others. The value went up from 50 to 55 billion. Next, I am going to use the amber spray, because this takes time to convert into old amber and ancient amber. So it's better to use this one as soon as possible. Just by amber, the value doubled from 55 billion to 100 billion. Crazy. Also, I ended up using amber spray on all 4 of the bone blossom fruits and it looks like a mess. I wish I did not do that. A few minutes later, my sea turtle also applied wet mutation to the bone blossom fruit, which together with chilled converted into frost. Suddenly, the value jumped from 100 to 140 billion. Again, none of them are big mutations. The best ones are frozen and amber, which are only 10x multipliers. Next, the fruit also got the cloud touch mutation from my hyacinth macaw, adding 20 billion to the value of the bone blossom. I went away from my dinner and left the game recording. First, the scarlet macaw applied the verdant mutation to the bone blossom, and then there was a heatwave event while I was AFK, but luckily I was still recording. When I came back, I saw I had the paradisal mutation and the value jumped by almost 500 billion, and now it was 656 billion. Can't believe so easily I broke my previous most valuable fruit record and we don't even have a lot of mutations yet. I left the game AFK over the night, and I didn't get any new mutations, but still the value was higher in the morning. I could not figure out why. Also, after 15 hours of trying, finally, the cooked owl applied the burnt mutation. Also, it was thunderstorm again. Now, the biggest one didn't get shocked in the last thunderstorm, so I went to check the lightning rod and boom, there was thunder. I checked and it was shocked. The value had jumped from 767 billion to 1.3 trillion. My first fruit to hit the trillions. I am so happy. This fruit alone is more valuable than all the money I have collected in over a month of Grow a Garden. Soon, the amber mutation upgraded to old amber, and the fruit's value almost hit 1.4 trillion. I did not want to wait for celestial because meteor shower has not been seen for the last 3 days. Now this 100 million giant bone blossom was a lucky one, and most of you might not get it, but 30 million is easily doable. So let's check our other fruits. And how are they doing after 24 hours of collecting mutations? The second largest one, which started at 58 million, was now at 569 billion. And one of the 34 million ones also made it to 500 billion. The fourth one remained unlucky as it did not get shocked or sun-dried and remained at 89 billion. I am really impressed with the bone blossom. This is just 24 hours of getting mutations. If I add the total value of all the fruits that I got, it sums up to 2.6 trillion. Do you think any other fruit is capable of anything close to this? Keep guessing, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.